Alright, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be painting the fender. I already got the matching paint. I have everything lined up nicely. Gap's kind of big, but I could always make adjustments in the future. Right here is pretty good. Right here you can see some grinding marks, and there's like a high spot right here where it's really not like square. You could tell where they had to grind it and shape it. But I'm gonna go with a metal file, and try and just cut down this high spot. And there's another little high spot right there that I'm just gonna try and sand down. This little area right there, I'm really not gonna worry about it. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, right there. Try and fill that in a little bit. And the panel looks pretty good overall, but it's definitely different. Like right here, it's a little bit more round than original, but it'll do. It was cheap, and yeah. So I got the matching paint right there, and I'm gonna be using the Spray Max 1K clear coat. It doesn't really dry on that shiny, but I'm gonna end up cutting and buffing anyways, so that's gonna bring out the gloss. And overall it's not gonna match the surrounding panels because this is pretty swirled up, while this is gonna look very, very nice. And the reason why it's swirled up, not because, you know, like I purposely do it, it's just that if you wash your car a lot, you're gonna get swirls in the paint. So, and I wash this car a lot, try to keep it clean. But yeah, so I'm gonna fix the little damaged areas, blow some primer on it, scuff down the whole thing, and well, maybe not in that order, but get it ready and shoot it. If it doesn't come out perfect, it's alright. This paint job, this cheap $750 paint job, was never perfect to begin with, so I think it'll look good. Alright guys, so I got it slightly masked up using this old roll of tape just to get rid of it. I pulled away the bumper. I took off the screw right here. I took off the 10 that was on the inside just to pull it and then get a little gap. I put the tape in there and I pulled the gasket over just so I can scuff in there and get a little fighting chance of a little adhesion in the corners, because the corners have like the most issue, you know, especially with rock chips and everything like chipping up in here. But yeah, so it's not gonna be a while for me to paint it, because I still want to fix right here, the dent here, the little divot there, and the grinding issue right here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that, but let me see. Oh yeah, you see how it goes like that, and you can see something like bulging out right there. Well, that's gonna show, especially since it's black. And yeah, so I'm gonna try and grind that down a little bit with the file. But besides that, it seems alright. Gonna just work on those issues right now and get this thing scuffed and primed. Alright, so I barely started sanding right there, and you could see a little piece of metal that I just shaved off. So that was actually really, really easy. Compared to like filling in metal high spots, you could just grind them down a little bit and level it out. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the same right here. And yeah, I have like this little steel, flat piece of steel that I use for a block, and it works pretty good. Yeah, so after that, I'm gonna scuff it. Alright, so I actually grounded down the steel, the high spot. Looks pretty good. This stuff is kind of soft metal, but got this pretty good. And I also got this little divot out. I just got a screwdriver, took out the primer, and I'm gonna feather the edge out, put a little you know, Bondo, and sand it out. But I guess that was like a manufacturing problem right there, like something was like in the mold or something. But yeah. Alright guys, so I got a little Bondo on there. Looks pretty good. I mixed it kind of hot so it could dry and harden faster, because it is a kind of cool day today. But yeah, so once this hardens completely, I'm gonna sand this down, scuff everything, and then I could maybe get started this century. Let's see. Alright, so there's my low spot right there. And yeah, so that one right there. So now I'm gonna I just put the pieces of tape just to keep the repair area inside here. Remove that. And then this is a little 320. Just gonna go with some 320, or better yet, I'm just gonna go over everything with 400. And I'm just gonna spray some primer here, there, and over here. And I'm not gonna spray everything with primer. I'm just gonna scuff all this up, because this stuff seems pretty good. And then after that, clean it with some acetone, and hopefully it gets it done. Let's see. It's getting kind of cool, so man, hopefully the temperature doesn't screw me over, but we'll see. Alright, so before I actually went and scuffed, I started scuffing here. I actually had a bunch of fingerprints in this area, so I went over the whole thing with acetone, and it got everything right off. And now I'm not going to be embedding all of those greases into the finish. So make sure you clean before you sand, after you sand, right before you do anything. Just keep it clean. It dries instantly too, so make sure you knock everything off. Make sure you go all the way down here, because you get a lot of road debris kicking up from the tire, all in the edges. Make sure everything's just as clean as possible. Alright, so that's pretty scuffed down. Still has a mild reflection. I kind of want to go over it a little bit more. But yeah, so I did see like another little imperfection around here, but it's okay, like a little dent. But it's not big enough to notice. But yeah, so I'm gonna go over it a little bit more and make sure I get the edges. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get the edges all around, and all around here too, with the sandpaper. Try not to burn through, but if I do, just apply a little primer like in the bare areas, like right here. And yeah, so this should be done pretty soon. Alright, so it's fully scuffed, so it's good. It's gonna get probably about 95% cleaned, and wherever I had the most dust right here in the corners, in the edges, I took the tape off. Gonna retape that, gonna re-clean everything, and man, keep saying it, but hopefully it'll get there. Alright guys, so this is definitely the funny looking part of the video. This is really not a good idea, because I'm not going to cover over there, and the clear coat, it kind of fogs up a lot, and I'm probably going to get some overspray, but man, at this point, really don't care. As long as this comes out decent, half decent, it's good. And I kind of went a little bit overboard with the thing right here, the masking, because this car is like really low and it's wide, so you're gonna have to do more than, you know, a vertical SUV like the last painting project. But yeah, because that was just like on the side and it's a real tall vehicle, but this one right here, everything's just so low, you know. So I'm gonna re-clean it, and I think I gotta go over some other little areas where I have to scuff down a little bit, and I'm gonna primer these spots up right here. Alright guys, so what I ended up doing, I ended up going all around the edges and just trying to get the best adhesion where it's just gonna stick to the panel. And I got all up in there too, and all around. I got the little Bondo area and all the parts where I corrected. I know it's gonna look like ass right here, but that's aftermarket for you. So I'm probably gonna end up primering the whole thing with just one coat, and then I'm gonna go for the base coat. Not even gonna sand it. And yeah, after that, just go for it, just wing it on this one. Alright, so I'm gonna let that dry for about 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna blow the freaking base on there and wing it. Let's do it. So I have 7 more minutes, just waiting for paint dry, staring at it, and yeah, watching paint dry, it's the best. But yeah, so gonna spray the base and hopefully it all comes out good. Since it's just you know, solid black, painting with this type of primer shouldn't really matter, because black is black any way you look at it. If it's like a light metallic color, then yeah, you will have a bleed through of the base, you know, of the primer color. But yeah, and somebody had mentioned that this primer was actually too dark for my last painting project, that budget little override piece. And yeah, that's true, I should have used the white primer for that, but it's a done deal. And yeah, hopefully I don't get the same reaction this time, but if anything, I'll just apply more base. Guys, so it's ready for some base coat. Gonna shake it up a little bit more and spray it. Wish me luck. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, here we go. Alright, first coat. Alright, so the next coat, it's going to be basically going all around the corners. I should have done that first, but yeah. And basically getting all the edges painted up, but that's going to be the next one right now. Went all the way down right there. But yeah, so far, so good. Alright, that seems good enough right there. Next one's gonna be a next full coat. Better yet, I'm gonna combine a full coat with that right there. That finger's getting tired. Jesus Christ. Alright. One more coat after that, should be good. And then after clear. Alright guys, so this is gonna be a third and final coat. And should all be good. Oh no! I sprayed the wrong color. Alright, so right there, I accidentally sprayed it green from the last color. I got the black. It's not a total fail, because it's just a little metallic on it. Alright, so that's it. Gonna let that dry and clear it. Alright guys, so I got a couple more minutes until it dries. I got some debris in it, and that was in between coats, so I already sanded, I already painted over that debris. But you know, it's not perfect. Just gonna clear it now. Kind of fogging up in a way. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully the clear is good and nothing happens bad. This is like the worst part. It's the part that I pretty much hate, because I've actually had bad luck with this. And yeah. But I did actually spray paint this green right here. When I turned the camera off, I made sure I went over this whole section. I cut it off right here with a little bit more base, just to make sure. But yeah, and it should be ready for some clear, and this is the part that I hate the most. Guys, so I'm gonna apply the clear coat, and hopefully it's good. No reactions. Let's see. Alright, gonna let that tack up and go for the next one. So it looks kind of bad right here, but this is what to expect right there, which isn't bad. And then from there, it's still cut and buff. Alright, so next coat, I'm gonna go all in the corners and then give it a second full coat. Alright, so that's second coat right there. I got all the edges, so now I could just do another coat, a full coat, and third and final. All the little debris, just sand it right out. I'm not even worried about it. Alright, so I'm gonna get away from here so I don't stir up more of this dirt, and let it dry. Go for the third and final. Alright guys, so I'm gonna do the final coat right now. It's gonna be off camera. I don't want to like bore you guys with like coat after coat after coat. It's a lot of painting, but this is how it looks like before. A lot of orange peel, a lot of debris and stuff like that, but I'm not worried about it. No issues at all besides natural debris, but you're gonna get that anywhere in a super DIY paint job. Even in a nice like makeshift booth, you're gonna get stuff like that, but no reactions, everything's good. I'm gonna go for the third and final and bring it back, unwrap it, let's see how it looks. Alright guys, so third and final, that's it. And one bad thing right there, a nice run. But as you guys know, it's gonna be cut and buffed. Yeah, that sucks, but it's okay, it's only clear. Now I'm gonna let this dry up and unwrap it. Man, this thing came out so nice. It's so dark. I remember when my car looked like this. It was sweet. Alright, let's see it. Alright guys, so overspray, overspray, overspray. Yeah. But gonna end up compounding and polishing the car. That's how it came out. Really have to work on the door and everything to match. But it's a pretty good match for aerosol. Orange peel, hardly any. Debris, a lot of it. Maybe the orange peel gets worse right there. Really not that bad. Just gotta wash the car and do some polishing in a wax, and let's see, that's like the final reveal, because it's kind of hard to tell right now with the car being filthy. I haven't washed the car in a while too, so it's dusty and a little overspray, but that's all good. If it does good, I'm gonna do the bumper, the blend, and the lip, and should be good. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment. And if you want to see more like it, subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one, guys.